what is PIP or PIP in Florida? What does it do? How, why do we have it?
Well, this is a good question because it applies to everybody. PIP stands for Personal Injury Protection. And the thing about PIP is that type of coverage is required to be sold to on every insurance policy, on every legally.
Yeah.
Every automobile insurance company or every automobile insurance policy has PIP coverage. Mm-hmm. Okay? And so this personal injury protection coverage is there to pay for various things. All right? It's there to pay for your medical bills. All right. It pays 80% of your medical bills. And let me back up a little bit. The basic coverage is up to $10,000.
Okay.
And you can buy additional coverages for more.
Are there max limits that you can?
I'm sure that insurance companies will sell you a maximum amount they may not go over. But you can buy, you'll have PIP, but you can buy additional coverages that will pay for medical care is what I mean. Sure. So, it pays for your medical bills. It pays 80% of your medical bills. If you have $1,000 in medical bills arising from an automobile accident, it would pay $800 of it, okay? It pays for 60% of your gross lost wages. So not the bring home amount, not your bring home check, but whatever the gross amount. So if you earn, $1,000 a week, but your bring home, is $600, but it would be based on the $1,000, and it pays 60% of the gross wages. All right. Then it'll also pay for mileage to and from the doctor's office, which is based on I'm sure the IRS amount for mileage, and then it'll also pay for things that like household services that you don't. That you can't do because of your injury. For instance, if you used to cut your grass and now you can't, and you have to bring a lawn guy in, it would pay for that. It would pay for a maid if you can't clean your house. And then there's one, if there's a death, there's a $5,000 death benefit. Okay, that also goes to paying towards, medical bills or funeral expenses and things like that. So that's PIP. And, the one thing you have to remember is that you have a 14-day period where you have to get a medical opinion in order to open up the whole $10,000 worth of benefits. Within 14 days of the accident, you have to have a medical opinion that says that you have injuries related to the accident.
What would be the biggest, I guess, if someone gets injured and obviously PIP steps in to help out, what would be, in your opinion, like the biggest gap that there may be in PIP that for an injury victim to recover?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the biggest gap where you could, if you don't get a medical opinion within 14 days, and I think you're reduced to $2,500 in benefits, so you're costing yourself $7,500.
Yeah.
And so that's why you want to seek medical advice or medical treatment from a medical doctor within 14 days of the accident. And people, you may have, listen, we don't want to be injured. We want to feel good. We want to be healthy. And people will have, maybe a nagging neck pain or discomfort after an accident. And then they think, oh, it's just going to go away. Well, you can't do that. You really need to get it checked out. At least it's documented so that if anything erupts down the road, then you'll have that coverage, that $10,000 to pay towards medical bills, lost wages, and the other things.
At least get checked out so you can keep that as an option.
That's right.